Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family. We've grown.
Hello, you're with Libby from libbystamps.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and today I have another one of those how do I do that videos with hot glue embossing. And this is the effect that you get, and I've used Peaceful Moments for the sentiment on this card, and I've used the stitched rectangle dies. I've just cut the basic back a little bit bigger than the watercolor paper. I've used Sahara Sand and Cinnamon Cider up the top, and Balmy Blue and Misty Moonlight down the bottom, and we've got gold Stampin' Emboss powder here. Every time you do this technique you'll get a different effect, and to do it you need a hot glue gun and some hot glue, some watercolor paper. Now this measures 5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters, or 2 inches by 3 inches. And so what you're going to do is, I'll just move this out of the way, come in with your hot glue, and you're just going to run a couple of horizontal lines straight across. Now my hot glue is a bit old, so I seem to be getting blobs, but you need it to be running sort of freely, so you need it that hot, and you're just going to put a couple of lines straight across, and you need a piercing tool of some sort. I'm using my old paper piercer tool. You could take your pick tool. So just add your glue, and I'm just adding 2 horizontal lines, and that's all you need your glue gun for. And then get your paper piercing tool, or take your pick tool and just run it through the hot glue. And I sort of flick the glue down onto the card. You can go back and reheat it, but just do it gently. Alright, so let it dry a bit. I'm just going to take those little wispy bits off. And there I've got my hot glue piece. Now I need to come in with my embossing powder, and I'm using gold Stampin' Emboss powder from Stampin' Up. And you just need to heat this gently so that it's warm again. Don't get your fingers in the way. So you should take your pick tool or your tweezers. And just warm it up for a few seconds, and then quickly, while it's still warm, coat it in Stampin' Emboss powder, just like that. Flick off the excess. Alright, so that's all you need your Stampin' Emboss powder for. And then you need to come in again with your heat tool and just heat set that Stampin' Emboss powder. So again, you should take your pick tool or your old paper piercing tool or a piece of tweezers to hold your artwork piece.
Everybody plays a part in doing what we love.
And you'll see it change. Looks absolutely fabulous. So here it is. All right, now here's the fun part. You need to wet down your watercolor paper, and I'm using the Fluid 100 watercolor paper from Stampin' Up. And you need some paper towel or a surface that doesn't matter if it gets a bit wet. So I'll just use a couple of pieces of paper towel, put my artwork on that, and then come in with your Stampin Spritzer and liberally soak that, and I mean soak it so that it's really, really wet all over. Then what you need is a water painter. Stampin' Up sell those as well. and a little jug of water or your Stampin' Scrub to clean your brush with. And I'm going to start, I'm using the same colours as I did before, and you need your brush to be very wet, dripping. So just come in with your lightest colour first, and you're just going to drip it on. And then where you want some darker bits, come in and add those. Clean your brush off. Come in with the next colour for the top, which is Cinnamon Cider. It's quite a vibrant colour, so you don't need a lot. And as I said, every piece is going to be totally different. Alright, then down the bottom I have like Balmy Blue, and you always come in and start with your palest colour first. And just add that where you want it. Clean your brush off, then come in with Misty Moonlight, which is my dark colour, and just add that. And you can see how it's totally different to the other one I made, which is here. Alright, so then you can come in and spritz it again, just to make sure it's nice and wet, and then you can pick up your paper towel and gently dab off any excess water that you don't want. And you need to let it dry sort of fairly naturally. And this is the card I made earlier, and I used the Peaceful Moments for the sentiment and the stitched rectangles for card front. And we've used Sahara Sand, Cinnamon Cider, Balmy Blue and Misty Moonlight inks, and all these products are available in my online store. And you do this with the Fluid 100 watercolor paper, hot glue, and I've used gold embossing powder, Stampin' Emboss powder. Alright, thanks so much for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.
You find a friend who does just what they love and lets it show. One card at a time can really change the way we live. Focused on the sharing and the chance we have to